To the people of the United States of America, my name is Paul Auger, and I am announcing my candidacy for the presidency of the United States in 2024. Due to being persistently targeted by destructive hackers and harassers, both online and offline, I haven't been able to produce professional videos for these speeches. That will come in time. But what is important is what I've got to say. We inherited a country of peace, relative prosperity, and hope for the future. Over the last 10 years, that has changed. Our country is now beset by many serious problems that are driving our way of life further downward every day. There is much to be done to return our country to its normal, peaceful, secure, and prosperous state. But neither of our current major party candidates are bringing any real, workable answers to these problems. But I am. I am a lifelong problem solver, and we've all had 10 full years to understand what's been going wrong and think about how to fix it. Every one of the solutions I'm proposing is fully able to be realized with our capabilities today. Each government-focused solution produces major benefits for our country and our people. And every private sector solution is both self-supporting and produces many side benefits. And I am calling on our current administration to begin supporting these solutions right now. We should not ever be waiting for the next election to start solving the problems of today. We're Americans. Our history is one of an active people, not a passive one. You'll find a link to a page for each solution with a video and transcript below. And each solution is directly linked to its own discussion thread on several social media sites. Please join those threads to show your support and be part of the initiatives to make these solutions happen. These solutions are the right ones to get our country past these troubles and back to its normal, peaceful, prosperous status. And that is what my term as president will be about. I will spend my term engaging the American people, from individuals to private organizations to our largest enterprises, in solving our problems and making our country prosperous again for all. But before then, here's my quick summary of my proposed solutions. 1. Our borders, refugees, and immigration. Because our country is a beacon of prosperity and freedom to the world, we attract millions of refugees and immigrants every year. It is difficult to absorb so many into our cities, especially with our shortfalls in housing today. But trying to defend thousands of miles of an invisible line on a map is simply not possible. So instead, we will make a productive solution, the American way. We will make a border out of cities, American cities, built by those very immigrants and refugees for their own housing. And we will engage them in operating those cities the American way so that they learn how to be successful the American way. When immigrants are vetted and accepted, they can transition out into our country. When refugees have recovered their health and strength and are ready to return to their own countries, they will. We, along with our UN partners, will help them return safely. Our answer to this massive problem was always to find a productive solution. That's what we Americans do. 2. Another massive issue, abortion rights. Better stated as the right to life of the unborn versus the right to freedom from government regulation for the mother. But this is a lose-lose scenario created by two political parties to have something to raise outrage over. There is no need at all for either the mother to lose their rights or an unborn child to lose his life. Here's why. We have been developing artificial womb technology for decades, and it works in the laboratory. But it's not being supported well enough to push it to full production and deployment to all of our hospitals. We will fix that. We will support the development of artificial womb technology nationwide and at once. By doing so, we will attain a national and world achievement. We will be the first country to fully protect both the right to life of the unborn and the freedom of our citizens from government regulation of our actual physical bodies. 3. Restoring trust in our elections. Neither party can back up their claims either that an election was stolen or that our elections are perfect and infallible. But what is true that in the change to counting ballots electronically, we effectively centralized the counting of ballots, and that has lost us a major preventive control against wide-scale failures of our election system. This was not possible under our old hand counting methods, but the solution is easy. Just as cash is both machine and hand counted at a bank, so we will both machine and hand count our ballots. We have plenty of people, and the cost for the entire election are less than 1 day of federal revenues. We never had any need to argue and contend about who was right. What matters is that we have the means at hand to make sure that counts of our ballots are right. 4. Reclaiming control of our government. Our system of government is direct, from citizen to representative in our legislature. But our governments don't have the communication infrastructure to hear each and every one of us. But our nation has that infrastructure, and it is easily adaptable to government needs. So we will be creating a true social communication system to connect citizens with their government representatives quickly and easily. This will give us the ability to support our representatives to the fullest, call out problems we find and disagreements we have with proposed legislation, and also contribute our thinking to solving our country's problems. And this will effectively return control of our government and our nation to we the people. And it will return political parties to their proper status as helpers of our political process. 5. Our world's climate and our weather. In short, we are going to take the initiative to control the temperature and therefore the weather of our own country to keep it in the perfect range for us. And we will rally the other countries of the world in doing the same with their countries. So for the first time in the history of our species, we will be managing the temperature of our world to suit the life on it, including ours. We will do this by converting all of our heat-browned and barren lands to green, arable land. We have almost 1 million square miles of those kind of lands. Other nations are already finding some success with their experiments for this. We will achieve complete success in our country, and we will help other countries do the same. 6. Protecting our internet and our storehouses of knowledge. It is completely unacceptable that we cannot effectively fight the crime happening on the internet. We are all under threat from it, and our valuable storehouses of knowledge are as well. I will lead efforts to make simple, practical security changes to protect our transactions. And as President, I will also confer the status of national treasure on our invaluable knowledge sites such as Wikipedia and others. These amazing achievements should have been officially supported long ago. They will be now. I have several other solutions to propose as well. I'll be posting them as I complete preparing them for your review. But I also have posted special messages for our police, our political parties, and the office of the President right on the front page of my campaign website. They also contain solutions for the problems those entities face today. Let me share one of the most important changes I will be making to the office of the President with you. I do not accept that the choices of our citizens as to the candidate that best represents their views should be discarded because their candidate lost. That's not what representation means, and it's a long-standing and crucial weakness in our government. So I will be changing that at once. I will be inviting all ex-presidents and ex-vice presidents to be senior special advisors to the President. Since both of the other candidates will be ex-presidents, they will be invited by default. But I will also be inviting all other candidates that gain sufficient support from our voters to be special advisors to the President. With this, for the first time, I believe, virtually all citizens voting in this election will have representation by their chosen candidate directly in the White House. And we will have greatly improved the sheer experience and wisdom available to guide the decisions of the President. There's something else important I want you to know. I will be a one-term president. That's all we should need to break this endless political war between our parties and return our politics to safe and sane operation. I will also be over retirement age in 4 years. and so I should not be employed in an official position after then. But lastly, in addition to all of the solutions I'm proposing, I will do one more thing. I will use these next 4 years to work with our Congress to prepare for our next set of constitutional amendments to be ratified by our states. It has been over 50 years since our last amendment regarding the rights of our citizens. Prior to that, we had ratified amendments roughly every 10 years. We are long overdue for our next set of amendments to be brought before our Congress and our people. Until then, we will have 3 general elections to ensure we are represented as we wish to be by our Congress and our state legislatures. Let's use them well to prepare our country for its next steps forward. Please take the time to review the full details of the solutions I am proposing and join their social media threads to contribute your thoughts and be part of making the solutions happen. Thank you for your time in listening to my campaign announcement. I'm Paul Auger, independent candidate for the presidency of the United States in 2024. I look forward to using my term as president to transition our country from its current troubled state back to peace and prosperity and to the undisputed leadership of the world again.